If you want to build $1 million business, you might think that you need to work 16 hours a day. You need to grind, you need to sacrifice sleep. But here's the thing. That advice is biologically incorrect because the data shows that your VO2 max is actually a better predictor of your long-term success than your actual degree. The billionaires out there aren't running to get fit. They're running to engineer their brains for leverage. I'm a hybrid athlete, I work in business, and for years I thought that my training was a distraction to my business. However, I noticed a pattern. The harder I train on the road, the richer I got in the office. Therefore, I dug into the science and found this biological link. We all know the famous marshmallow test. Kids who waited 15 minutes for the second marshmallow became significantly wealthier adults. Therefore, we know that delayed gratification is the number one predictor of financial success in today's generation. However, in 2026, your brain is under constant attack. TikTok, DoorDash, and get-rich-quick schemes designed to destroy your ability to wait. They hook you on cheap, instant dopamine. For example, look at Eliud Kipchoge, David Goggins. They both suffer for 4 months of the rain and blisters for one 2-hour race or 10-hour race. Endurance training is not exercise to them. Endurance training is dopamine source. You're physically rewiring your brain to reject cheap wins and hunt expensive long-term exits. This is the exact hardware you require to build a company. Most people think that the focus is willpower. It's not. Your brain ultimately needs fuel. It runs on glucose, it runs on oxygen. For if you have a low VO2 max, your brain literally suffocates by 2 p.m. You get brain fog and you probably snap at your team. However, endurance athletes build mitochondria. These are the power plants of your cells. For example, a study on elite runners showed that they have higher mitochondrial density in their prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of your brain. Therefore, while your competitor crashes after lunch, you're physiologically engineered to make high IQ decisions at 5 p.m. Finally, we have to talk about pain. Business is painful, rejection hurts, losing money hurts. However, the average person interprets pain as a stop signal. For example, at mile 20 of a marathon, mile 60 of an ultra, your body screams stop. It is a biological pain alarm. But as an athlete, you override it. You keep going. Therefore, when a client says no or the market crashes, your brain doesn't panic. It recognizes the feeling. It says, oh, this is just mile 20 and you need to keep going. So stop feeling guilty for your 2-hour run on a Saturday. You aren't wasting time, you're building equity. If you want to earn more money, stop trying to hack the market and start hacking your physiology.